Got that. Vincent Yazzie, Nakaidanet, Mexican clan, Water Reclaim, Lokatanet. Bibito, Deerwater Clan, Pacini, Red Street running into water. This is the Navajo Little Colorado River Water Rights Settlement Act of 2012, summary by Vincent Yazzie, VinceYazzie@yahoo.com. Next. Section 2, United States is trust agent and can settle litigation. Settlement requires congressional review. Navajo Hopi have unquantified right to Little Colorado River and Lower Colorado River. Defendants are USA, Nevada, Arizona, Central Arizona Water Conservation District, California, Salt River Project, Arizona Power Authority. Trading pipes for waivers, loss of water rights. Next. Section 3, purposes, resolves all claims to Little Colorado River, Gila River, and Lower Colorado River for Navajo Nation, Hopi tribe, Navajo and Hopi Alatis, and orders the Secretary of Interior as trust agent to carry out the settlement agreement. Here are the Navajo water basins. The yellow is the San Juan, the light blue is sort of the Lower Colorado River. The definition of the compact is the upper basin and the lower basin is 1 mile south of the mouth of the Paria River. The tan portion is the Little Colorado River Basin, and the pink area off to the right is the Zuni Water Basin. Next. The Navajo Reservation anatomy is broken down into the little pieces. The original treaty reservation, 1868, the middle portion. Notice it does not touch any, well, it touches the San Juan River. Then later they keep adding. Treaty reservation, San Juan River. This is the 1900 reservation, 1882 reservation, the Loop reservation. All these were added at different times. But the most important ones are the ones that touch major river, the Little Colorado River, and out to the Zuni. So this is the San Juan is sort of settled right now. Next slide. I sort of call these dream water projects because it's like the guy that asks us for burgers, he'll pay you later. Here's the Navajo Gallup project. Where this project gets water from is actually the San Juan River. They actually get water from off the reservation to bring it down here. So technically, it's not part of the reservation, the water comes. Here's the proposed Western Navajo. It's taken from the upper basin. Loop Delcom projects. The sea aquifer is mainly brackish, lots of brackish water. The only good water is near Loop. Hard water, but drinkable. Here's Ganado projects. There are some other projects, I just toned them out. Next one. These are half the definitions of the Senate bill, S2109. Somewhere there's a mediation agreement for the Delaware Court of Chancery in there with a special mediator. Next. Definitions in general points out, except Colorado River Compact, Gila River Court Decrees, Norville Decree, 1934 Act case, that's Rosenblatt's court, and CAP definitions. Define Hopi reservations, including all land owned by tribes, defines Navajo Gallup water supply, NGS, and Peabody. Next. Section 101, ratification and execution of the Navajo Hopi Little Colorado River Water Rights Settlement Agreement, allows Secretary of Interior to execute and modify agreement and to amend to make sure it's consistent with S2109. Section 102, water rights. Navajo Hopi and Hopi governments and Alati water rights to be held in trust by U.S. government, our Great White Father. Water rights not to be abandoned by Indian government and Alatis. LCR diversions, part of Colorado compacts, some restrictions. Diversion means you just sort of, you take it in some manner, be it by canal or, okay. Section 103, authorization for construction of municipal, domestic, commercial, and industrial water projects, $199 million for Navajo water projects. which pays for final summary report, Loop Springs, the Talani Lake Water Distribution Systems Analysis, May 2008. Final summary report, Delcon and Tisto Water Distribution System Analysis, May 2008. Raw Water Transmission Line Alignment Alternative Evaluation Final Report, May 2008. Ganado Sea Aquifer Project Report. Next. Section 103, $113 million for Hopi Water Projects, Hopi Tribe, 2012, Little Colorado River. Adjudication Settlement, Domestic, Commercial, Municipal, Industrial Water System Memorandum, February 2012, by Dowell HKM. Money not delivered until published in Federal Register. Waivers in place, non-liability U.S. government when United States releases pipes to tribes. Congressional money not guaranteed, some upfront planning money for projects. Money must be paid back if settlement fails. And next. Section 104 establishes money account in the United States Treasury. Quote, Navajo Groundwater Projects account. $199 million congressional money to be appropriated, to be deposited when Congress appropriates. $25 million transferred from Lower Colorado River Basin Development Fund. Reclamation funds transferred to Navajo groundwater accounts. Cost fluctuation procedures and management and investment procedures. Navajo CAP O&M cost account management. Next. Establishes money account in the United States Treasury, Hopi Groundwater Project account, $113 million congressional money to be deposited when Congress appropriates. $25 million transferred from Lower Colorado River Basin Development Fund, reclamation funds that should be transferred to Hopi groundwater accounts. There's a lot of, the whole thing is repeated. There's the Navajo section, there's the Hopi section, and the Lati section. But so I just sort of combined all three of them. Cost fluctuation procedures and management and investments, Hopi CAP O&M cost account management. Next one. And aquifer account created, rules for spending and aquifer money, Pasture Canyon Springs Protection Program account created, rules for spending and aquifer money. Next. Section 105, waivers, releases, and retentions of claims for Navajo, Hopi, and the Latis. Releases all parties, United States and states, including Aboriginal, meaning for damage, claims, obligations past, present, future, except those retained Upper Basin, LCR adjudication, Gila River adjudication, Lower Colorado River, OM&R case, 1934 case, which is Rosenblatt, gives the impression that this section is a little tricky because it's like both section A and C, they point to each other. It says, your rights are protected in that section. So they sort of point to each other and imply that we still have some rights. So it's still a little unclear. They should point out that says, these rights are protected, instead of making it so questionable. Okay, next. Section 105, effective date, except as provided in subparagraph A9, the waiver and release of claims under subparagraph A shall be effective on the LCR enforceability date. Section 106, satisfaction of water rights and other benefits for Navajo, Hopi tribe, and the Latis once and for all. Amends Navajo, Hopi land dispute lands. Next. Somewhere it says 107. So. Enforceability date. That's executed by Navajo, Hopi Secretary and 19 parties, minimum. Sign waivers and releases. State contributes $1 million to the pot. Navajo and Hopi congressional money deposit in water accounts, $10 million to water accounts. And aquifer and pasture canyon management plans created. Motions to court and order dismissing lawsuits. State enact laws to perfect SB2109. The Secretary approves Navajo and Hopi water projects. Dismissal with prejudice in one claim, and without prejudice in 3 other claims in the 1934 case. Prejudice means that once you dismiss it, you cannot refile it again. Without prejudice means you can refile the complaint, but if you dismiss it again, it's dismissed with prejudice. So we're already giving up something. Section 108, settlement failure, immediate payback of money back to government. Navajo Hopi water rights returned to the United States government. Okay, next. Section 109, administrations, tribe waives sovereign immunity, can be sued. Yeah, after that, anybody can sue the tribe and the Hopi tribe. S21 confers no water rights. Liability, the United States shall not be liable for failure to carry out any obligations or activity authorized under this act, including any obligation or activity under this act, if Congress does not provide adequate appropriation expressly to carry out the purposes of this act. Navajos was dismissed 1934 case with prejudice, without prejudice, within 30 days of, statute of limitations told, and some provisions for Pete Shumway Dam. Section 110, environmental compliance. All environmental laws will remain in effect. S2129 does not require environmental review or major federal action. Thanks. Section 201, Navajo CIP water not reallocated until LCR enforcement date. Conditions, LCR enforceability date, Navajo project power lines and right-of-way extended to 12/23/2044. Right-of-way for NGS, 34,100 acre feet per year. Peabody lease, favorable lease. National Park Service lease extended, publication of conditions. Navajo CPA water sent to Navajo Gallup project. Certain sections of 202, 203, 204, 205A, 2A, and 205B will not take effect if settlement fails. Next. Section 202, reallocation of CAP NIA priority water firming water delivery contracts. Navajo water guarantee for 100 years starting from January 2008. So we've already burned up 4 years of that. Water accounting costs, no use outside of Arizona, cannot alienate. Prorate of CAP shortage like drought. Next. Section 203, Colorado River accounting. Diversions from San Juan count as diversions from Colorado River CAP water. Navajo Gallup water is actually CAP water, and congressional law will say it is. Next. Section 204, no modification of existing laws. S2109 forces Navajo and Hopi to recognize the following laws: Boulder Canyon Project Act, the Boulder Canyon Project Adjustment Act, the Act of April 11, 1956, or Colorado River Storage Project Act, Colorado River Basin Project Act, the treaty between the United States and Mexico respecting utilization of the waters of Colorado and Tijuana rivers and the Rio Grande, signed Washington, February 3rd, 1944, Colorado River Compact, Upper Colorado River Basin Compact, Omnibus Public Land Management Act of 2009. This legislation will not serve as precedent. It's just for the Navajo and Hopi. And next. Section 205, amendments, fixes typo errors in the Public Land Management Acts. Okay, next one. Section 206, retention of lower Colorado River water for future lower water Colorado River settlement. 22,589 acre feet per year. Navajo held to January 1st, 2031, 1,000 acre feet per year. Hopi water held to January 1st, 2031. 3,500 acre feet per year of fourth priority CAP water held to January 1st, 2031. No settlement. All this water will be returned to the Secretary. Next. Section 207, authorizations of appropriations for feasibility study. $3.3 million for Western Navajo pipeline feasibility investigation. Next one. Questions? Well, that's a real quick run through of that project. Because after Kyle, he did his little summary, but then he asked Congress to enter the text into the record. So that was a quick summary. I went through about solutions, went to various websites about water rights in other parts of the world. And in other parts of the world, they find this as an explicit water rights agreement. It's sort of limited. It forces people to not share water. they frown on it because it sort of takes water away from the poor. The other countries, they prefer implicit contracts, meaning it's like a timeshare of the water. The water is rented out for 20 years at a time. Then they can reapply for it. That way everybody gets a shot at having water for everybody, especially the poor. Right now, the U.S. government sort of holds us. I was listening to the SB2109 hearings March 15th. One of the professors at the end says the United States, as a trust agent, can literally order the Navajo Nation water code to keep it from preventing it from diverting water from the Colorado River. So we're sort of held hostage right now by the United States government. You're supposedly you're getting pipelines, but Congress does not really guarantee that you're going to get it. Even at the meeting in Washington, they said, yeah, water rights can be awarded, but funding will be the hardest part. So we could be waiting forever for that. So that's one of the conditions of the enforceability date. So it's like waiting and waiting. Like the Petrified National Park. They wanted to add to it. They got permission to expand the park. But the funding to expand it, they had to wait and wait. I think one guy, he waited almost 20 years. Him and his little family were out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if he even got funded yet. So yeah, even if we settle the rights, we're going to have to wait. I don't know how long, 20, 30 years. Of course, by that time, the enforceability dates will end. So it's pretty much like rolling the dice. And some of the conditions, we actually lose some of the water rights. Especially in the 1934 case, we dismissed one with prejudice. Meaning we cannot go back and fight it. Also, Kyle says that it will end litigation, but yes, as you can see, if we're going to fight anymore, we're still going to be ending up in court again. Either federal court or the Gila courts. Basically, we accept everything that has been done around us. Then we'll be sort of fighting within their system. So it's a big unknown. So for me, at first, I just think we're just getting nothing. But we're giving out a lot.
I have a question on the sovereign status of the Navajo Nation as a government. What kind of laws right now are in place with our tribal laws that can fight S2109? I know the Navajo Nation Council passed the Navajo Nation Natural Resources Protection Act in 2005. What other kind of laws could be used for the Navajo Nation's benefit to oppose S2109?
Well, the Navajo Nation Council will accept. They're literally going to waive their sovereign immunity. In the 1934 case, Pollock tells Rosenblatt that, yeah, we don't have a chance in the lower Colorado River. But I think if we have a settlement with all parties, we can get something through with congressional. So the whole 1934 case is on hold through February. But the tribe will voluntarily surrender its sovereign immunity. So there really is, it's like going to an insurance company. You can either fight out in court or you take the settlement money. Once you take the settlement money, you sort of agree you're not going to go to court on it. You're pretty much saying, well, I'm giving up my sovereign immunity. There was a bill in a settlement act in 2010. So far, the explicit terms of the settlement have not been published by the Navajo Nation. The Navajo Nation has such a short time frame for the public to comment. So when the settlement does come out, we're only gonna, the last one was like almost 500 pages. Like I said, about that thick. And you just look at it and says, oh my. But then you look at it, about a third of it's just signature pages of all the parties involved. But I'm sure it will surface soon. But then we'll only have probably maybe a week or two to read 500 pages.
Thank you.